Beautiful, absolutely beautiful metrics for XRP today. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Wade. We're talking XRP. What's going to happen now that we have clarity? I just got done listening to Brad on a Twitter Spaces, and he pretty much put everything into perspective for me. We're going to talk a little bit about what he said in this one, and I'm also going to share with you this breakdown of events that I found courtesy of Catherine Wu. She's an excellent account, been following her recently on Twitter, and she provides us with a breakdown, a layman's explanation of what occurred yesterday, guys. And we're also going to play around with the charts a little bit, see what's going on. This area right here, it's very interesting to me because, as you can see, guys, we're riding an upwards channel. So where are we going to go after that? So let's jump back over here, though, and look at some of these numbers, guys, just to flaunt a little bit. All right, just to flaunt a little bit. Look at the markets, the exchanges on the right side here. Binance, 2 billion in the last 24 hours. Upbit, another billion in the last 24. OKX, $500 million in the last 24. Binance, another $500 million in the last 24. These are the exchanges that have been listing, relisting XRP just in the last 24 hours, guys. We got Kraken, crypto.com, BitTrue, I believe was another one. The relistings are rolling in, and as of this morning, Binance US. All right, so the volume that we're seeing over here with that BUSD pair, that's from Binance US, and that's probably within the last 12 hours. So what am I seeing happening, guys? What am I seeing occurring? Well, you can see that over the last 24, as of, the morning hours, the price has pretty much settled. What we're seeing is people selling off and people buying at the exact same time. That's why the price stopped at 77. You can see the Elite 8 looking so nice over here. Same thing for Stellar, guys. When Stellar pumps, who's ever been holding Stellar is always going to get rid of that bag. I've seen it play out way too many times. It's still good, though, to see XLM above 10 cent. And this, as XRP continues to move up, we already know Stellar is going to move up as well. Just wait until they make some more news and some more announcements. Another effect that I think is going to come from this is, now when we hear good news about a project, I think that price is going to respond a lot more, because now the announcement is coming with the knowledge that we have clarity here in the United States. Larry Fink did an interview this morning praising crypto as the new gold now. Let's jump over to this breakdown, learn a bit more about the situation, because the biggest point here is that XRP itself, being a digital asset, is not a form of security. So, to my understanding, to my knowledge, that means to me that a digital asset performing similar functions as XRP would also not be considered a security. That's why we saw Solana, Polygon, Cardano, also Algorand got a little pump. RSR was even pumping. Crypto.com is up 10%. You see how this is reverberating throughout the rest of the payment coins. That's for a reason. Let's jump over here, though, to this breakdown. Simply, guys, before we jump in, we're going to get an understanding of what summary judgment is, what that means. Basically, it's a situation where summary judgment is granted when the facts can be decided without needing to go to trial, where the opposing party would lose due to a lack of evidence. If it's not clear that no more evidence is needed, then summary judgment can be denied. In this case, summary judgment was granted for both parties. The SEC wanted a summary judgment on the institutional sales of XRP. So we're talking about sales between Ripple and banks, things like that. Ripple's summary judgment was centered around the retail sales or the programmatic sales of XRP. So we're talking about sales on an exchange or sales through a decentralized source, things like that. And they even talk about the sales that Brad and Chris Larson made, which totaled about $150 million when they sold off their XRP. Because they sold it on an exchange, it was not considered a securities transaction. So again, Is XRP a security? The short answer is yes, and also no. It is depending on who the XRP was sold to. So in the case of XRP being a security, they are referring to the 728 million of XRP, which went towards institutional sales. The court ruled that the institutional sales of XRP are considered investment contracts under Howey. They say that because of the expectation of profit that the institutions were looking to get. They go deeper into that in this paragraph here. The court cites examples to prove the above by pointing out the fact that institutions agreed to a lockup when they bought XRP. Namely, rational economic actors would not agree to freeze millions of dollars if the purchaser's intent was to obtain a substitute for fiat currency. That to me plays like, okay, when an institution goes to Ripple, they are either looking to buy XRP to freeze or store or hold, or they're looking to immediately flip it back into the market. So that gives us an idea of institutional behavior around XRP just a little bit. So when it comes to institutional sales, because there's an expectation of profit and it plays off like an investment contract, those would be considered securities, a type of securities transaction. Now, the reason why XRP is not a security, the SEC alleges that Ripple sold approximately 757 million of XRP in programmatic sales. The court ruled that programmatic sales of XRP are not considered to be investment contracts under Howey because it fails the third prong of Howey, which is the reasonable expectation of profit. All these points simply summarize into the fact that me and you, when we went to Coinbase, KuCoin, Binance, whatever exchange you use, Uphold to get XRP, we 9 times out of 10 had no idea where that XRP was coming from. In most cases, we're getting it from the amount of custody of XRP that the exchange has, which you can find on several block explorers. Uphold actually has it publicly listed on their website how much XRP they have in reserve. So because of those conditions, and again, it goes back to the point that we mentioned in several videos this year on the topic, it's all about substance, not the form. Form would be XRP as a digital asset. The substance is who's using it, how they're buying it, where they're buying it from. I think that pretty much clears everything up. There are still questions that need to be answered, and she goes into this right here. We're just gonna read through this because she puts it so well. In general, it's a huge win for retail and exchanges. However, we don't have clarification on centralized versus decentralized. I think they'll deal with that at a later date, because now that they're done with XRP, and this is not coming from her words if you're not looking at the screen, now that they're done with XRP, what's going to happen to Ethereum? That's a very important question. What's going to happen to Ethereum? Now, the other biggest winners are, of course, the founders of Ripple, Chris and Brad, who were able to get rid of that XRP that they sold, and they're all in the clear. Makes me wonder about Jed McCaleb's XRP as well, doesn't it? Biggest losers, though, perhaps institutional buyers who now, depending on their registration as investment advisors or managers, may need to calibrate internally with their finance and accounting team. Pretty much, they now have to change how they approach Ripple. Everything's got to be on paper. Everything's got to be done by the book. In essence, both parties won here. Let's just keep it 100, guys. Both parties won here. The SEC was able to hone in on the institutional sales of the security form of transaction. That's what they wanted. We won because the decision was made in a court of law. The secondary sales of XRP as a digital asset on an exchange, those are not securities. So we can go full reign, and that's why we're seeing the price go absolutely insane. And again, as she reiterates in this next paragraph, there is still so many questions to be answered, but this is still a victory because now the SEC, they have, there's not as much as they can stand on. They literally stated, okay, in this court case, they stated that XRP in the form of a digital asset cannot be looked at as a security. This now puts it on record as the only assets with any sort of clarity: Bitcoin and XRP. Those are the only two in the entire space. Ethereum, it's still a rumor. And when it comes to other altcoins, they're just going to follow the path of XRP because they're digital assets. Makes sense, right? Right. It's lovely, guys. It's really lovely. But again, price action is very sweet today. What I am expecting is more people who have been holding and they are in profit. They're in profit. They're most definitely in profit, and they're probably going to be looking to take a little money off the top. And at the same time, you're still going to have people coming in. So where we have to look now is the technicals, and what the technicals are showing us is that we have an upwards trend that started back in March 20th of all days. Isn't that interesting? So we're sitting in this upward channel and it's looking quite beautiful to me. According to the Bollinger Bands, like he said in that tweet the other day, we found support above that median range. And when we find support, we tend to go up and continue to go up. When we look at the monthly for XRP, this is the first month we're breaking above that median range. So that means we found a monthly support. So this is going to continue. This is going to continue. Let's look at the overall crypto market cap. Let's look at BTC. Same story. Monthly, we found that support. So if we stay above 30K for the rest of July, we have momentum going into August. And if BRICS announces that they are coming out with a new form of currency or a new currency system, payment system, all of those nations are heavily engaged in digital asset technology. What do you think is going to happen? It's going to be an interesting summer, guys. It's going to be an interesting summer. A lot of analysts are pushing the market now, especially after this decision. I'm hearing 50K Bitcoin by the end of the year. And if that's looking at this band setup here, it makes sense. We get up to 50K, we can expect a stiff pullback around Christmas, November, December, pull it back. And then going into 2024, because the halving is 3 months after that in April. Yeah, Bitcoin always runs up around its halving a little bit before, and then it does what they call a blow off top 6 to 7 months afterwards. But that's all I got for this one, guys. I don't want this video to take up too much of your time. It's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday coming up. You guys know how I like to do it on the weekends. I hope you guys do the same. Spend time with the loved ones. All right. Still, it still remains. We got the victory. So this weekend of all weekends, we should be chilling, especially if you're holding XRP. Look at these ROI numbers. Up 50% in the last 24 hours, 66% in the last 7 days. Over the last month, another 62%. Over the year, 134. Boy, we're rolling. We're rolling. But with all that, that's all I got for you. If you found value in this content, there's a few things I need you to do for your boy. Hit that like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so that way you don't miss the next one. And as always, have a great day. Have a prosperous day. And most importantly, if that money is digital, so is the hustle. I'm Wade Teamer, and I'll see you in the next one.